Map 3, it's Overpass. Henry, Natsu, we didn't exactly expect to get here, but we did say if it went to Overpass, Fnatic should be okay.
Yeah, well,
Fnatic should be okay regardless.
I didn't think any realm where this would be a possibility after seeing the maps initially for Cash. That was it, tied up. No chance for Mousesports are going to be bounced back after that train performance, but somehow, like we said, some of the decisions and mistakes made by Fnatic actually set them up for a little victory there. So Mousesports, very strong second half there. After going down 9-2 initially, it was interesting to see that they actually found some sort of form and got back into it. Really strong mental fortitude from them.
Natsu's mic got muted because of that tweet saying that I'm the lobster that's going to be here after season. Oh, can I hear you now? I think I could. No, I still can't. Oh, wow. Well, we'll have to fix that. We're silencing Natsu. Yeah, I think, Henry, you might have hit something again. You got to watch those feet down there. Again, though, Overpass. This time we'll also have a knife for sides. There's not the, chance of, say, Mousesports starting. Well, unless they win the knife, but there's no, free CT side available. It's not like they can get momentum guaranteed. So there's still that aspect of it. If they do start CT and if they can manage to pick up a pistol and get some momentum, who knows? Maybe there's a chance again like we saw on Cash where their CT
He's back.
was
Hello.
was quite solid. Then they could do something. You are back. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
I missed you.
Oh, I missed you too.
I wonder what Matt was doing playing around down there after that tweet was sent.
Blame it on me.
Well,
I accept. I accept.
Playing the Red Lobster.
Snip that cable with my claws. What are your thoughts, Natsu, as we head into this one?
Like I pointed out, I felt like Fnatic really threw away that Cash. They were up 9-2, like we pointed out, and then all of a sudden, it so happened that they started first buying, and Mousesports got into the game and then played really solid on CT side. It has to be said.
Twitch chat's kind of swayed a little bit after seeing the performance of Mousesports in the second map. Maybe a little bit more convinced of an upset here. They've gone back to 40% from something like, what was
88-12, I think it was.
That was 88-12 in CSGO Lounge. I think Twitch chat was like 20 or something, though.
Yeah, it was 80-20 on Twitch, you're right.
But honestly, I don't see a big of a chance for Mousesports here on Overpass.
We said that before, though, saying.
Yeah, but still, I think this map needs so much composure as a team.
Yeah.
Have a lot of tactics you can base your stuff on. So 40% chance is pretty optimistic.
Olaf is, again, and we highlighted him last map, he actually had a rather soft performance, for I guess is a polite way of putting it, compared to what we normally see from him specifically on Cash. But I've seen him be very aggressive on this map. It could come into play for Fnatic, but is there a chance as well then that Mousesports is aggressive CT styles on a map where you pretty much have to be aggressive on the A side? Is there a chance that can actually work out and catch Fnatic off?
Potentially, obviously. That's a very 50-50 question, right? So,
and I did kind of phrase it so that you had to hit it. But the point is there? Do we see that being likely or not?
The Mousesports, phrase it again for me. So that
okay, I'm going to try and be more neutral on the way I phrase it.
You're actually
Mousesports, Mousesports are aggressive on CT.
Right.
Yep.
I'm just going to leave it at that. Does that help them at all here?
Every team has to be aggressive. You can't not be aggressive on Overpass.
All right, look, the question was thrown away. You guys have ruined it now. All I'm saying is that this map favors the play style of Mousesports. Is there any chance that it could actually have an impact?
I think let's see how the knife round goes down. If they start CT, they can definitely do what they did the first time. They can on the second half of Cash, for example, they could find some rounds together. If Fnatic, I don't think Fnatic will be making the same mistakes this time. I think after, like we said, a bit of lack of respect. Towards the end of that first half, some questionable buys, a lot of difficult rounds being thrown away, to be honest. And I don't think they'll be making that. I think they realise now they don't really want to go through the lower bracket at this stage. So they'll be picking things up and probably playing with a little bit more respect.
Keep in mind, last year, Fnatic actually didn't qualify until the last chance qualifier, and then there was 2 spots. They were the 4th team to make it through. So, yeah, this year they'd like to get it done in a much more effective manner. I think the bus is passed, guys. I survived getting run over. What you guys threw me under there, so I think we'll be okay.
You're trying to throw us under it, to be fair.
I was trying to throw everyone under it. I'm trying to take over the world slowly.
This
is the slowest knife round I've ever seen. It's a good thing I'm not speed casting. I'd be going for a while.
Yeah, that'd be an assault on the ears.
Well, it might just be an assault on Fnatic because Mousesports now will get that CT side.
Yeah, I think that's increasing their chances, obviously, at this point. And like you pointed out, aggressiveness is going to be a big factor here. They do have to really show a lot of presence towards the party area. Make sure they have presence in connector and see what Fnatic throws at them at the same time. Fnatic has a lot of composure. They play really aggressively themselves, so I'm pretty sure they know how to maneuver around that as well.
Okay then, so we go into map number 3. If you're just joining us, currently 1-1 in this best of 3 of the opening game of Group 2 here at PGL. And we will be on Overpass. 5 sets of armor. That's been a common trend for Fnatic tonight. Not investing in any utility whatsoever. So you have to assume something very simple, potentially towards B, judging by the initial formation of the 4 players over there.
Well, off aggressively down toward the lower tunnels, dropping in on the pallets, but Pronax is even farther forward than that. They've actually got into B, although not for free. It looked like it was a passive hold, and Dennis able to pick up 2 as he crosses over into that catwalk position. That does allow Flusha to walk up Monster and get nearer to planting the bomb, but that's gone down, and Dennis now adds a 3rd to his total, and 3 for his team does mean that they can secure this bomb that's down, and it further as Dennis is going to find his 4th, eventually silenced by Flusha, but add to Nico to follow it up. Well done to Dennis.
That's a good example of when the CTs play really passively there and you have no nades to work with, it's going to be really hard for you when you're attacking and when your USPs are hitting their shots like that. You pretty much always need to have at least 1 smoke and a couple of flash to work with when you're attacking a bomb site on Overpass.
Absolutely. It's a really unorthodox approach to the map. Like, you need to isolate one of the choke points there, just so the CTs, you're not having to look at 3 different angles you go into a bomb site. Normally you'd smoke the upper area of B bomb site, and at least you know you just have to look at lower at that stage. But full force buy now from Fnatic, answering back, no bomb planted for them. So a lot invested into this round. The CTs, 2 SMGs, UMPs for them, and then 3 rifles. Quite a passive approach so far from Fnatic. Just gaining control towards middle. Be ready to burst now.
Nico needs to be careful, though, because he's the solo player that's aggressive on A, and he has a rifle, which does mean there's risk, and that means they'll get it. Fnatic, as Pronax takes him down. It's an M4 for free, and Crims is going to be the one to grab it. Watch for Next now to have to be efficient. He's tagged up to 5 HP, and as he runs down to long, JW's already there. There's no escape. A is now given to Fnatic. They needed to be a lot more careful about giving away those guns. We'll see if they come into play or not. Dennis is going to come back in with yet another kill. That's JW down, but he's traded a lot faster this time. It's only 1 for him. May just be enough, though, because with Gobby and Speedy picking up 2 additionally after, it leaves just Pronax with armor, the bomb, and M4, and a plan to head back to the B site. Watch for Gobby, though. He's gotten inside the window, so he should be able ready to spot this up, but what a shot from Pronax, who's ready for that play and looks to it instantly. Bomb's going to go down. And it is now a UMP on a retake versus Pronax with an M4 he's been gifted from a very forward-playing Nex, and it works out. That gun ends up being to the detriment of their team.
Let's point one thing out. I don't understand why Nico was there alone playing aggressively without any possibility for any kind of a trade. Especially against Fnatic, that you know they're going to be force buying. They're going to be swarming together as a big unit. Getting that early pick was really important for that round going in Fnatic's favor as well. So please, if you're playing in those situations, have at least someone to make sure that they're going to get a trade kill.
Well, you can't take anything away from Pronax. 2-on-1 situation, an amazing shot from the bomb side to upper. Really did open that side for him, and then closing that round out. But the CTs will buy back straight away as well. 5-7s and a Deagle as well with armor.
We also said, though, that if Mousesports wanted to have any chance or give themselves as much of a handicap as they could, they needed all 3 rounds after that pistol. That's a problem. They got eco'd last game as well. As Olaf Meister, again, just looking in these lower tunnels, does have players in front of him, but he's careful, and he finds the shot he's looking for. Nico falling to that Tech 9. Now watch for JW and Pronax with Crims, all to work forward into that A site. It's Nex and Dennis again. We'll be waiting, and Dennis, an excellent shot from that 5-7, will put Crims down, and Olaf is locked in these tunnels. He can't even walk up cleanly because he's got Speedy staring down the hallway. So that means JW and Pronax are going to be on their own for some battle. At least Pronax is able to find Dennis, but there's Nex with that 5-7, is able to push forward, leaving Pronax all by his lonesome. Flusha comes up the tunnel eventually and will help him out. So Nex goes down. Gobby, Speedy are remaining. They're both on the A site. They've read this accordingly, but Pronax is taking the bomb back. 27 seconds, and this is very likely to go B again. And we see Flusha. He's heading the same direction. Smoke this time on the window as well. So Speedy has to change angles. Instead, he goes lower onto the stairwell, and he finds Olaf Meister on that cross. Flusha not yet able to get the kill in return. In fact, takes more damage in turn. He's down to just 10 as Pronax manages to get the bomb in. He clutched out that eco round. This time he's going to go all the way around from short to Monster, back in toward the site. But Gobby's staring at it and ready for it. They could respond here, but Gobby going down to Pronax. That's just going to be enough.
Yeah, really nice shot. Good reactive play from Pronax. Knew he had to get himself in a better position after they got smoked out of short. Goes around to Monster and comes in with a 1 bullet. And the thing about the CTs there, they had to be very quick. They had to get onto the side, no kits for them. So kills need to be found quickly. But ultimately, that's another round on the board for Fnatic. They bounce back after losing that pistol. And of course, Mousesports now will be on the full eco. You see nothing bought for them whatsoever. This will be a pretty, well, 1 PT50 on Dennis, sorry, but that's literally about it. So a very simple round coming towards Fnatic. You can see the Mac 10 on JW there.
Crims spotting the jumping Speedy to get information, but not able to hit the shot. Still, though, Fnatic have the opening pick to work with, and Crims is going to eventually find his intended target, but in a different spot. They've met each other at the sandbags. JW got Godby as well, and the B site's open for business. Nico and Olaf Meister are close together in those lower stairwells, and it's Olaf Meister that will eventually get the kill. It leaves Nex alive with a USP no more. And money's still going to be tight in the next round here for Mousesports.
Yep, no chance for an AWP, I don't think, at this stage. You can see they may be able to force a glass cannon. I can't really see the money right now, but
I think Nex could. But it would be tight. With that kill on JW now, he might be able to, for sure. 4,900, yeah.
so that kill literally got that in the bag for him. So I wouldn't recommend doing it, though, to be honest. I would prefer they just go 5 rifles here and make sure they actually have some utility to hold off the terrorists. So very big round here. You wouldn't be surprised if Fnatic did something very aggressive, very fast. See that spam coming from Flush. I missed that the first time around. That's actually really cool. We see that a lot. Navi like to do that. Don't really get results like that, not a lot, though. So JW on the AWP. He's going to be leading the charge, heading straight to Monster Tunnel by the looks and seeing whether he can find CT finding. He's actually going to go straight towards shore here, looking for the boost.
Yeah, made it into water. So Dennis now gets pushed back. Pronax looking aggressive as ever. Always looking into that position early in the rounds again. He'll get the control of the construction area. Flusha trying to spam through the smoke, but the first kill does go to Speedy on the entries, playing from Catwalk, which means, again, it's a passive hold in this B site. They've given up the monster area. Godby was there. He tried to contest against, but the first shot from Flusha did eventually take him down, and that leaves Dennis, Nex, and Speedy all on this site. Nico alone in the bathrooms on A. Speedy finding Pronax. I imagine there's going to be a rotation here from Fnatic toward that A site, and already Flusha and Crims in the short pipe should be able to rotate across into the stairwell. How soon, though, does the response come in from Mousesports? Olaf Meister getting Nico. Does that confirm the rotation? They're still just waiting right now inside water with that bomb.
That made this situation a lot more favorable for Fnatic. 3-on-3 situation always favors the terrorist.
And now they go. Speedy, also aware of the situation, will fall into the stairwell. He'll sit in a passive angle, I imagine, before the call comes in, but gets closer to Dennis no less, because Dennis on 72 has to hold the site. And Speedy, mind you, is also on 19. Dennis finds the first and the second. He was instrumental on the pistol round. He's massive again here.
Huge hold from him. He was isolated on the bomb site behind the truck there. Somehow takes down 3 Fnatic. The thing is, they didn't have any utility left over to actually take the site properly and effectively. As Nancy mentioned, the terrorists do have the advantage in that situation. But this is actually was a really cool part of the round. Speedy takes down JW with the wallbang and gets another kill onto Pronax on short as well. He was very influential there. Spotting through that little gap on the truck, Dennis opens up and picks up 3 very important kills indeed and secures another round for his team.
And I think it's really hard for the terrorists to spot them from that angle either.
The boost again. Speedy's able to fire over into that short pipe. No wallbang this time, but still a nifty team play for Mousesports. Pronax, though, again, finding Godby at Monster, does open up B just a little bit. They don't have full control of it. Mousesports still close enough to contest that default plant spot. Smokes out, though, and deployed for Fnatic. They'll further that up as Olaf drops yet another, but that one falls into water, so it's actually going to be a little bit low. They do find Speedy trying to get above, but he's picked up 2 kills again in this round, and Nico's come around on the flank to find Olaf Meister. Pronax with bomb, not going to be able to do much. Mousesports tie things right back up on 3.
Yeah, the thing about these executions for Fnatic, they're always very simple. They're not doing it the same way like someone like VP or Navi would. Or for example, they do the set smokes very quickly, and you take out some key choke points. They're coming through the monster tunnel. They're making the first frag there, but after losing that one that's short from the boost from Speedy, they've just got too much to look at. The retake's looking very simple for the CTs at the moment.
Basically what the Fnatic is trying to do is just snowball with their individual skill. That's what it is, basically. Make sure you get that first kill and then keeping the pressure on and getting the more kills, but obviously Mousesports doing a good job of denying that happening.
Shot from Pronax with the pistol, though, does open it up, and it's Nico to go down. Slightly quieter game from him this time over on that A site. As Dennis will follow up by following down. It's going to be Crims with that kill. JW taking the opportunity to get aggressive now with the AK toward the A site, but Speedy was waiting for him, and next, another kill for him to take down Crims. Stay out at long as well as we look over to Flusha. Doing a one-on-one exchange right now with Gobby, who tries to flash above, nearly caught off guard, and he can't get the gun back out in time to avoid Flush's P250. Luckily, though, Speedy quick on the rotation, won't allow damage to go any further. They'll keep 2 guns up and a 4th round in their name.
Yep, so the first time since the pistol round, Mousesports do take the lead here, 4-3 in their favor. Money not amazing they can, but they do have the AWP on Nico there. And that's going to be very important. Considering he hasn't been too strong this first half, he's actually been getting picked off quite a lot. He's going to be taking the ult towards A long by himself there, but no AWP on the terrorist means he should be able to get a pick here. You can see he's slowing things right down, and there's some aggressive push now from Nex into Connector. See if we can get that first frag on Olafmeister.
Oh, 1 flash out, but another flash in means Olafmeister goes back to the corner. He'll throw the same one a second time, but unfortunately, the second effort ends worse than the first because he ends up dead. JW, though, with Crims able to fight back as they come around from the bathrooms. Watch for Speedy, though. He's in the corner. They haven't spotted him yet, and bomb goes down. That's 1 kill. He's low on ammunition, just 4 bullets left. And God be able to get Crims, but Flusha does find Speedy in the end. It's a 2 versus 2, but watch JW with 6 HP. That could be a problem for Fnatic unless Flusha can find the first kill. And then just setting up a crossfire with 2 men would be enough potentially for Fnatic to close it out, and that's going to be the case. A second flash out on boards to allow the cross into the site for JW to get the plant down. Nico, though, look how close he is. AWP, and he spots JW from up close and personal. He still has the rifle to work with against an AK, though. This could be a problem, and Flush is going to go searching for him, knowing that that AWP won't be as effective up close, and that's exactly the case as Fnatic bring this back.
He did really well there to get the bomb. Had he just faced 1 millisecond sooner, he could have actually started being planted. As soon as he goes down, puts him in a lot more high-pressure situation. There was low HP there on the remaining terrorist. It could have gone in his way, but unfortunately the timing there just didn't work out for him. But, yep, Fnatic are back into it. And they actually got, Mousesports got the opening frag in the lower steps area. Their next opening things up onto Olafmeister is looking very positive for them, but Fnatic do bounce back, and now they have the AWP on JW. And look at the buy for Mousesports. This round could cost them a couple if they don't convert this one.
Speedy aggressively in the open. Nice reaction shot, in fact, onto Olafmeister because he had to switch quite quickly, on his targets. But it's still 4 versus 4. HP advantage does favor Mousesports right now as Crims is down to just 8 HP, and JW's going to go hunting for another kill on top of the A site. Look for Nico in that corner. His gun just not protruding forward, so he's not quite spotted yet for JW, who finds Nex instead. And unfortunately for Nico, JW's not going to cross in front of him. He heads inside the bathrooms. And how does Nico respond? Because he still has threats on either side of him at this point. So if patience can pay off and they all get behind him, he could turn back and take the site away as they go for a default plant. Gotta love the pre-fire from JW after he takes down Dennis, just to be sure. But look at Crims. He just waits for Nico, who goes hunting for JW. And unfortunately now it just leaves Gobby and Fnatic. It's been back and forth, mind you, for the first few rounds. Look like they're going to take the lead by 1.
Yeah, that's what that's what makes it harder when you're a CT, when the rounds go back and forth.
Right, well, interesting enough, though. So they did semi-force buy into that. I think 3 players actually bought into that with a Famus and a few pistols there. Nico, though, actually managed to start that round off with $3,500. Obviously suggesting next round he will be going for full AWP buy. But like I said, that last round losing that is going to cost him a couple. So now JW still with the AWP in play. It looks like he'll be getting some attention towards B, while the rest of the guys just hold up towards middle now. But the CT's stacking their pistols towards the B side and just trying to get information on the other side of the map.
Nex is in an odd spot, quite open. They could pursue. Okay, good. He's fallen behind the doorway. Forward of it, they could have pursued him even if they didn't hit the first shot before he got into safety. Watch Nico behind that tree, spotted by Crims, tries to do some damage in return. Well, Flusha does get Speedy over on the B site, so Dennis, who was looking to get aggressive toward those mid-stairs, now has to go back and play passively. That takes away a little bit of map control and information from Mousesports, all on a single kill from Fnatic. And in fact, on that individual kill, they'll go group up and take what they think is an advantage now on the B site.
And I do like the idea that they're actually bunching up and going to go there instead of spreading out too much. It's always a bit of a risk when you're playing against a safe round.
Dennis is on the platform, in behind the pillar. Watch that nade to bounce out, do a little bit of damage. It actually doesn't quite reach that far, so Dennis has ample opportunity to take down Olofmeister and makes no mistake about it. Mind you, there is an overwhelming number of terrorists walking in his direction, and he finds that out the hard way.
That's why it matters to go together against saves. You can always trade the kills. You have the better weaponry to work with.
Yep. So as soon as the idea is, as soon as your teammate does die in some sort of situation, it gets locked down straight away. And we saw that come into full effect there as the B execution was made. It's going to be one player remaining. Ooh. He actually does pick up one Deagle kill onto JW. Actually make it two. Finally shut down by Crimson. That was actually
very costly.
Pretty close there. It could have been gone either way, I think.
Not to mention Crimson on 29, so if he wasn't in a close angle, it could have been a fair one-on-one.
But this is what I was talking about before. Nico saved a lot of cash there on a couple of rounds ago, so he has got the AWP. Let's just see that double Deagle headshot there. Great crisp shot there to open things up. That's the second. Yeah, like you said, could have made it a third, but not meant to be this time. Nico pushing up in that bathroom area, just looking towards Party. So he can get the early frag.
So Dennis leading the way still after having 2 big rounds. One with 4 kills, one with 3. He has 12 total. Speedy's not far behind. They lead the way overall on the server. JW is going to take down Nico to open up this particular round, though, and that's Nico again being very forward on that A site. So the aggression getting caught a little bit here by Fnatic, who do have now a 2-round lead. 6 already on their T side. So ultimately, Mousesports need to start stretching back the advantage. Make this 9-6 ideally, but not sure that's going to be likely. If they lose this round, their money is gone. It's shot.
And Fnatic will have a 7th round.
This is the wall of smokes now coming onto the A site. Very difficult to hold off.
Nexus forward. In between the doorways, spawning up Pronax, but the problem is he can't rotate back cleanly. And instead tries to go forward and continue fighting. Instead, it's Olofmeister to get the kill. Speedy responding, but they've given up the site behind the wall of smokes, and Crims knows where Dennis is heading because it's the only spot to spray down the default. Where's the plant? It's not yet come in. Gabi managing to take JW, leaves it in a 2-on-1, and he's rotating early. He knows Fnatic are up to this play. 20 seconds. They could fake right now, but if they commit further than this, it will be B. And Gabi, he's aware and ready. Does he get inside water and try and stay undetected? If he stays quiet, they may not think he's rotated just yet, but he's already spotted up. Not able to get the kill against Crims, and Flush is not even going to plant the bomb. He's just going to go out and take the fight with him.
That was the right choice, definitely. Like, if you'd have started planting the bomb and he just about died and then he got away, that was a really difficult call to make, but definitely the right one, I think. The problem for Mousesports right now is Nico, we talked about the CT aggression there, but he's getting outclassed by JW almost every single round. This is the actual pick. And let's see, look at this. Just simple for JW. It seems like every single round they're losing that initial frag, unfortunately, but I think it's one they don't need to sacrifice. If it's not working out for them, stop putting Nico in that position. This is a very fast round now coming in from Fnatic. Very simple B rush by the same things.
3 players on B. Speedy was inside the water with Pronax, flashed up. They were both a little bit confused as to each other's location. Eventually, Speedy found Pronax first, but as he was open to 2 other Fnatic players, it didn't last long. They do manage to pick up a 2nd kill as Gabi took down Flusha as well. Watch that nade. It's going to bounce just away from Gabi, but Olaf's on the opposite side. Coming in from the sandbags. Down to just Nico. Sprayed to 4 HP through the wall, and oh, I love it. JW just adding to his money and doubling now the total of Mousesports. It was 4-4 at one point. It's now 8-4 for Fnatic.
Yeah, so obviously Nico there for Mousesports is where they need to get back into it. I discussed Nico being a little bit of a problem towards the middle area, but this time they invest in the double orb setup, which suggests they'll probably send one of those towards the monster tunnel on B. That would make sense just to kind of lock that area down. That's going to be Dennis, I think, just going for that early frag, and this could be a good call, actually. We know Fnatic does like to anchor one player over towards that side, so this time that will be Flusher. Nico does open up into JW. And finally, finding some form there, winning the battle.
Important battle to win.
There it is.
And a second one followed up with Dennis. Both ops already making a case in this round as it gives them a 2-man advantage, and they're going to potentially go for more. Dennis looks for that strafe jump out, but Olofmeister's waiting for the angle, so 1 op already gone. It leaves Gabi inside the toxic barrels to try and slow down this monster push. Molotov placed as well on the ramp, so they'll have to go for the wide angle. That does put Pronax up close, and then 8 on top of Gabi. How does he manage to stay alive? Speedy saved him, that's how, as he had to go for the full reload, 16 HP, and Pronax couldn't find the shot.
So Nico there, finally winning the duel against JW, takes him down. And we talked about Dennis going towards that monster tunnel. It does get Flusher as well. I don't think he had to commit as much as he did after you get 2 frags on the CT half. It's normally advised just to fall back in that situation. But this is the push from Fnatic. It got locked down by Speedy. Just utilising his player behind the barrels there as bait as he takes 2 down. But now it seems like Mousesports have still got that decent economy in full force buy from Fnatic. Mac 10s, Tech 9s, P90s, why not?
And a big kill on Gobby because a potential lineup if Gobby had been a little more aggressive. Instead, he takes that toxic spot again. And it's so commonly checked, and they go for the boost, and JW walks out at exactly the right time.
Okay.
Finally, the money looks like it might favor Mousesports to start clawing back into this. Instead, they've reset a money bonus, and they're left with just Nico holding on to an AWP. Bomb is planted, and Fnatic looking for 9. They'll get it.
It's not many times you see the Mac 10 doing such crazy work on a full buy there. And like you said, we're going to the last round now. Money is definitely an issue for Mousesports. His last 2 rounds are pretty stellar for them. And it seems like the Mac 10 was too strong this time. As you see JW just running around, cashing them with their pants down. And that's another one on the board for them. So, Scouts, 2 M4s, 2 pistols. But this should be a pretty simple Fnatic. And you can see that mid-aggression coming in from the CTs. They're looking for that early frag. Seeing if they can do anything with this round.
In a perfect spot, right time. As Dennis will go down, victim to his P90. Meanwhile, Speedy, though, does pick up one before, so it's left to 4-on-4. JW looking aggressive, trying to find the shot on next. Does another chance for an up-close shot. That's pretty. That's beautiful. As Nico goes down and JW showing off some skill as Fnatic extending their lead potentially. Gobby's still alive, 15 HP, mind you, and JW's got bomb. Rather, Crims does. Either way, they're both heading the same direction onto the A site, and JW is going to go even beyond it just to make sure he can slow down Gobby before he gets there. Drops in, no scope. Come on.
Come on, what?
That's just so pretty.
Too much for your taste?
I am a fan of it. That's exactly. I'm not prepared. My body's not ready.
So after winning the pistol there's a bit of a back and forth affair. Mousesports win the pistol, then Fnatic eco them back, get 3 in a row. Mousesports do find some form, get 3, but then that's when Fnatic started running away with it. You get 10 rounds on the T side of Overpass, you definitely are favoured, but still Overpass developing every single day. There's no reason why Mousesports can't find that sort of form, but as we talked about them being the mixed team almost coming into this, it'd be very hard for them to actually take out bomb sites that efficiently, but obviously this pistol will be very important. This time you can see Mousesports getting 4 sets of armor and Gobby being the utility player, so you'd expect them to smoke off key area like upper and B and then go in very similar fashion as to what Fnatic did.
Look at Nex, he's already pushed through Monster.
Flusha's the only one that's in that B side as well. JW's managed to get all the way toward the T stairs. That'll indicate that they are going to all be at B, but Speedy and Dennis are waiting for that flank inside those lower tunnels, those lower hallways. Interestingly, Nex, although we saw him go through Monster and Nico and Gobby with them, they don't pursue it. They don't take that B site, so confidence not really there because Flusha, I don't even think, spotted them, and they had a smoke in position that actually blocked off Flusha. So Mousesports changing their opinion despite not having information, and they walk toward where those aggressive Fnatic players are. Fortunately, they find that kill on JW. Meanwhile, the rest of Fnatic that was aggressive is back on the A site. Crims, Pronax, and Olaf Meister, who, as confusing as the overlay can be, is actually in the window room now, but was initially on that A site. He's actually going to come back and join his teammates. Next will be the most forward. Gobby heading it long. Nico still the one to get the kill, though, as he holds on to the bomb and takes down Crims. Good response from Pronax, able to find one on Gobby. And that'll slow things down as Olaf helping out in the matter, taking down Nex. It's 3 versus 3. Eventually, on the second effort, they've gone both sides of the map now. We'll go back to B and plant the bomb, and Dennis gets forward enough to catch off Flusha on the rotation. That does now mean that Olaf Meister and Pronax's job becomes a lot more difficult. And Dennis is going to stay in this jungle area. His gun slightly forward, but Pronax's going to overlook it because it's not common, or does he? Tries to take the fight, spots him and gets him as Dennis can't land the shot. 2 versus 2 now, and low HP on both Speedy and Olaf Meister, but Speedy hits Olaf Meister, wow. And Nico with a beautiful headshot gives the round to Mousesports.
Yeah, kind of an interesting round there, ultimately. Yeah. Mousesports looking like they were going straight in towards B. And then pulling the CTs out of their position, getting them to start rotating, and then finding those rotations, pushing them back to the bomb site and going back towards A. So pretty crazy round there. And
both pistols now have gone Mousesports' way, which means of the 3 maps, they've actually picked up the most with 4 versus 2 pistol rounds.
Well, of course, though, Fnatic will be forcing back into this. Pronax has got the scout. Looks like Mousesports going straight in there. Nico Running straight through Monster, trying to find an early frag. He's got the AK in hand as well.
Next in with the MAC-10. Olofmeister flush up. Pronax Crims rotating from A. JW forward at A. Could come down the stairwell and flank, so Dennis is ready for that. But here we go. Nico's got the AK. Smokes are now on the site. Where's the take? Slowly but surely they walk in carefully so as not to lose anyone before the bomb goes down, and Dennis will open up the kills for Mousesports. It's the AK against JW. Speedy trying to follow that up as he controls that recoil. Does do massive damage to Crims, and eventually that will favor Nico to follow up on the kill. Olofmeister, though, does find Speedy, and still inside that B site where he's been the whole time is the last man to drop.
Yeah, Mousesports just smartly kept the distance all the time. They're just waiting for Fnatic to make them first move, basically. And then eventually, when they felt like it was secured enough, they went for the plant and then just kept the distance still and let Fnatic to be the one pushing in.
It can be considered a risk to do what Mousesports did sometimes, just going straight into the B side without actually working out where the stacks may lie. But they took that risk, calculated risk, I guess, going straight into the bomb side, worked out the stack wasn't actually there, like you said, Natty, waited for the city to rotate. Now we can see some aggression from Fnatic, pushing up middle, actually managing to find a frag onto Nex. 4-4 now, but this should be a pretty simple round for Mousesports. There it is, as it neutralizes, and Nico and Godby taking down JW and Olaf.
Crimson in a great spot to hit the low HP player in Godby. He really does the same to Nico, takes him down to 22 in the end, but it's left to flush up. 1 versus 3. Guns will come out next time for Fnatic. So that will be their chance to push this one over the edge. They've still got 2 rounds as well in the lead to work with.
Well, we did see them force buy on that second round, so no AWP, that's for sure. And they will get the 5 rifles. I wouldn't be surprised we saw them pushing down the steps, trying to get that early frag, trying to just get the round in their favor quite early on. But Mousesports know this is a big round for them. Can they get this one on the board? Could definitely break the economy of Fnatic and potentially level this one out at 10-10. We can see all 5. I thought this might be happening. This looks like a proper set piece. Just going towards B. Just do it straight off the bat. Get in, see what you can do. Actually, a full-on rush maybe.
And do they catch the first kill on Flusha? Not so far. And Flusha hardly losing damage. That nade changes everything, though. Down to 36. The first kill goes his ways. He takes Speedy. Next to follow it up. Double for him on the way through. And watch for Mousesports to push all the way into the site. The rotations are coming. JW smoked off by Godby. Can't get through the stairwell just yet, so Crimson Olaf are going to have to do it alone. Maybe it'll just be Olaf, as he now picks up 2. Nex is one of them. He's been the problem so far. And that'll be enough as Olaf with the hat trick, cleverly over top of the bomb site. And Fnatic take the first gun round.
Yep, so that kind of was the Hail Mary play for Mousesports. They knew that the money wasn't going to be great in Fnatic. After that force buy, went for the straight-up B rush, but which is, as you said, Olofmeister with some really inventive play there, just looking over, pinpoint precision, getting the headshots. But next on these entry frags, though, pretty sick stuff from him. He's been electric all night and continues that form into the third map. But Mousesports still have a decent amount of cash here. AWP being bought. Dennis could be warding it this time.
Coming in through Squeaky as Olaf was inside that stairwell this time, but it won't amount to anything. And as he comes back down, he finds Speedy. Not so much ready for that play, but as you mentioned, Nex was amazing on the second map. He's got another kill here to his total. JW hits his 18th frag. That ties Speedy, who oddly led the way before so, but Godby's going to take back JW, and this gives 3 versus 3 a chance, not to mention they've got Pronax lower than what Godby's at, 16 and 55 respectively. 56 rather, if one makes a difference. It can, we've seen it before, as Crims now is forward on the bathrooms, but did Zico spot him? He doesn't see the gun sticking forward, and that last step is fatal because Crims pops out at the exact right moment, so it's Pronax's turn. But Godby not necessarily looking to walk into the bathrooms just yet. They will elect to go onto the A site, though, mind you, because Dennis has got past the flower pot at long, and he's holding the angle so as not to get re-peaked. As such, Gob doesn't want to take the fight in front of it. He'll go join Dennis, and they'll try and come in from the same approach. Flash, did it go over? No, it didn't. Although finally, when it does late, Crims is forced off. Dennis down to just 8 HP on that initial shot from the M4.
Let's be saving the gun at this point. And 10 seconds remaining on the clock. The guys, low HP, having to fall back now. I think that's a wise choice. This is a round that was going to break the economy of either team there. So they're aware of that. They want to keep that AWP and AK. This is a huge one to win for Fnatic, but finding those last 2 frags definitely still makes the next one interesting. And Dennis does keep that AWP now. See the money of the rest of his team, pretty fragile. Interesting to see how Mousesports actually react with the rest of the team here. You'd assume they won't force this one. They need to make sure they have money going into the next round. As I say that, though, they will be going into it. They fancy their chances. Tech-9s, Deagles, armor being bought, AK on next as well. They have gone all in. This could be disastrous if they lose this one, but once again, heading straight towards B. Maybe the straight-up rush once again.
So far, so good. They'll meet with Pronax, though, who aggressively holds on that water side. Flusha as well, who's been playing from Toxic time and time again, gets a nade out to finish off Nico, and then it's Olaf Meister to rotate around, and they'll do absolutely nothing about it. So Fnatic with 13-3 to go to close out the series.
This goes to show where the mixed mentality may let them down a little bit here, just because both gun rounds, they have full sport, they're just rushing B. And when you've got players like Nex on your team who can pick up those kind of huge entry kills and stuff, that can be viable, but you saw them getting completely locked down, pincered there by Olaf Meister at the end to finish things off. And as I mentioned, that round is going to cost them another. You can see a full eco now pretty much coming in from a couple of Tech-9s and Desert Eagles being bought. Nex has got some armor, but you know, Olaf's going to have quite a lot of fun in his party area. As I say that, though, he does get taken down by Nex.
Party's over.
Yeah.
Dennis follows it up as well, so Mousesports with the pistols have the man advantage. They've also secured 2 M4s now, as Speedy will pick up the second that was dropped on A. Unfortunately, Nex has perished away to Pronax's push. But it's a passive-aggressive style from Pronax. As he waits at the park sign, and Dennis finding JW gives them a chance to go back to B should they elect to do so. Nico's got that opening and has the site scouted out, but there's Flusha to rotate around through the window. Speedy's going to go monster. Dennis to take sandbags. They'll split on this site, and that smoke on Dennis means he's going to actually elect to go join Speedy, so he has to slow things down. As we see Flusha, the man that's going to be the closest on the hole, but he thinks it's going back to A. Pronax is already up there, and Flusha's bailed out. This will give a free bomb plant to Mousesports. Keep in mind they don't have armor. They've picked up an AWP, so if Dennis hits the first shot, that won't matter so much, but for Speedy it really could, as aim punch is a very serious factor. He's just gone back to the window. Dennis is gone. That AWP out of play. Does Speedy get aggressive and try and push forward? If he does, he has to be careful crossing the window from Flusha, who hasn't yet spotted him, so now he's got a chance to surprise Pronax on the arrival. Although he still thinks that he might be coming from behind. First nade out. Does it change his thoughts? It may. Pronax dropping in. And they are looking towards sandbags still. So that gives Speedy the chance to get the jump on top of them. And he just has to play this bomb and not let Flusha find the kill. Get back around the corner. He knows that the plywood's hard to wall through. And Flusha outthinks him entirely. It's going to be now 14 for Fnatic.
Yep, that little boost up onto the side there. Probably the only player that could have won Flush of that round. The bomb was ticking away. And to be fair, Mousesports came very close to taking that round. Getting the bomb down does bring them back some money, though. And they have a very decent buy going into this round. Will they bring the AWP out this time? All we've seen really from them so far is straight up B rushes, which hasn't worked too well for them. They did get the first 3 rounds with the pistol, but since then it's been pretty lackluster. Now Dennis does buy back. Open hand for him. JW wielding that, of course, as well. So potentially match point now for Fnatic if they win this coming round.
Very passive setup so far for Mousesports. All of them waiting on the T-stairs, aside from Speedy, who's looking for information we see here. JW, not a bad position to be with an AWP, looking out at long, boosting himself up on top of that flower pot. Dennis and Godby flash him off of that, though. Single flash moves him out of position, and that gives Dennis the chance to hit the shot first, but JW comes away better. It's worse for wear for Dennis and worse for wear for Mousesports until Nex gets back in Crims. We see it in the obituary as we still continue to watch JW forced further back inside this site because Nex has won over the bathroom position, so they have to get further back. Stay in sequence here on Fnatic's side. They've also brought Olaf Meister over to help that cause. So together he and Pronax looks to follow up with a secondary wave of aggression, and that pays off as Pronax finds Speedy, but he may have to get caught by Nex. He's not, and not only that, they've caught Nico running in the open. It all falls apart. Good play by Fnatic to bring Olaf over and get forward again.
Yep, that first pick when Dennis was down along, I thought he had the advantage there. It looked like he actually clicked on the body.
He should have. I think he flicked a little bit and actually missed it.
Definitely had the advantage going into the situation nonetheless. But there we go. That's the 15th round on the board for Fnatic. And like we said, Mousesports looking a little bit outclassed in the Overpass. We talked about it being a very tactical map where you need the synergy of the team and some sort of way of breaking down the CT defenses. But it seems like Mousesports potentially been a bit lost this half, and now we go into match point. They will be buying here. Off myself, I'm not really sure what that was about. YOLO, I guess. Just run through and see what happens. And now they make their advancement onto the bomb side.
One for the road.
Shot from Flush against Nico, successful for Fnatic, but that's the only one they've picked up so far. As Mousesports have control of B site, bomb's going to go down.
Very interesting play from Off myself, has to be said. Audacious, no, comes to mind.
trying to just spray through the plywood at the doors for anyone who's coming in for the retake, but they're not. Fnatic holding on to these weapons. Crim's all the way back in the bank, and JW just watching the stairs from the upper position as we see it here. So bomb will explode, and Mousesports to pick up their 9th. Still match point for Fnatic. Still ample money.
Well, not as ample as you may think. I guess they did save 2 guns there, so they will be doing fine with that. Be able to drop a couple of guns there. So definitely got a fall by this round, but going into next round, they lose this one, they will be broken at that stage. So one, they need to make sure they're not doing any silly plays like that. Like I said, Overpass is rushing down Monster Tunnel by himself for no real reason. It seemed like, apart from just wanted to end it as quickly as possible. Now Mousesports actually showing no presence towards B whatsoever. Going to be taking over the mid area straight away. Not too much aggression from Fnatic this time. Actually just holding it a little further back and seeing what's coming towards them. JW holding along with the AWP. We'll have some confrontation coming up soon.
Around the corner again, though, they flash JW, and he doesn't drop. He stays there, thinking potentially can get away with it. Nico's going to punish him for that decision. Instead of stayed safe, JW.
Yeah, as soon as you get flash, don't stand in the open hoping you're not going to die. Just drop off and guarantee you're not going to die. But there you go. First pick does go towards Mousesports.
I guess we just don't know anything.
Yeah, what do we know?
Olafmeister, though, comes back with 2. That will give Fnatic the man advantage. Goppy and Dennis go down. Crims to continue trying to get forward, but has to go back as Olaf makes that decision. Nico's still pushing up toward the long angle, so watch for that flash to come out. He's blinded up. Does he get him, Olaf? Yes, he does. But when he turns back the other direction, Speedy's awaiting his arrival. They don't know that Crims is this far forward, and Nex is on 14. This may just be it, and is. Flusha will close it, and Fnatic, it may have gone 3 maps, will advance into the upper bracket final.
Yep, I think that's the result we are expecting. Like, Overpass, like we said before, it's one of the maps. CT side, you can potentially string a lot of rounds together, but the T side's always be very difficult. It's hard to break into the bomb sides. It seemed like Mousesports, the only real approach they had for the first 5 or 6 rounds initially after the pistol, just rushing B. When that didn't work, they slowed it down and it's got picked apart. So very impressive result for them on cash, but going into Overpass, I think they were a little bit too stretched to actually take that last one.
All right, we'll take a look at the scoreboard for the 3rd map. There was some decent performances from various players, but in the end, leading the way, it was 24 kills for Olafmeister, but as I said, it was close, which Flusher's right there on 23.
Yeah, so Nex, not as on fire as he was last game. He had, close to 40 frags on cash. This time on T side, he did get some impressive entry kills there, but didn't really stand out as much as they can. And Speedy actually being the top fragger.
The substitute.
He was top frag on the first map, and now he is on the 3rd as well. So interesting scenes from him. Let's have a look at the heat map and see where this paints a clearer picture for us as to where it went wrong. So Fnatic, you can see there, just taking over. Both bomb side B seem to be favoured quite heavily.
A little bit more pressure from Fnatic toward
And no
Park,
use
though.
of long for Fnatic.
That's true, actually. No real kills there whatsoever. So it seems like they're isolating middle and B, and they're splitting between the bomb sites like that. No real presence towards B. You can see on long. And then Mousesports, as you said, we saw them getting picks to JW in that area on long. So that's different styles of approach there. But it seems like even when Mousesports did get those opening picks, they still did struggle a little bit. Let's have a look.
MVP.
The MVP.
Yeah, it is going to be Olafmeister, who led the way for his team and overall gets them the win in the series. 2-1 over Mousesports. Pretty good. 24 kills, 19 deaths, of course, in a close matchup. That's going to be expected. But still, first kills 4, assists 5, headshots out of 24 kills, 14.
Yeah, he was very quiet on cash, to be fair to him. Well, it wasn't a bad performance, just not what we expected from him on cash.
It wasn't worth my investment in Vulcan.
And then going on to cash, gets Overpass gets the MVP, so he does bounce back somewhat, but definitely not the 39 frag performance we saw from Nex. He was the best buy, I think, of the night.
Yeah, he was absolutely great. We'll take a short break. We do have another series coming your way. It will be Titan versus Dignitas. That's scheduled to start in 33 minutes, to be exact, on the 21 CEST. We'll see you then.
A couple of flash to work with when you're attacking a bomb site on Overpass.
Absolutely, it's a really unorthodox approach to the map. Like, you need to isolate one of the choke points there, just so the CT's fast. See that spam coming from Flush? I missed that the first time around. That's
Speedy, mind you, is also on 19. Dennis Scott finds the first and the second. He was instrumental on the pistol round. He's massive again here.
just through that diesel headshot there. Great crisp shot there to open things up. The second.
6th spot again. So commonly checked, and they go for the boost, and JW walks out at exactly the right time. Finally aggressive, trying to find the shot on Next does. Another chance for an up-close shot. That's pretty. That's cute.
The B side without actually working out where the stacks may lie, but they took that risk, calculated risk, I guess, going straight into the bomb side worked out.
Rotations are coming. JW smoked off by Gobby. Can't get through the stairwell just yet, so Crimson Olaf are going to have to do it alone. Maybe it'll just be Olaf as he now picks up two. Nex is one of them. He's been the problem so far. That'll be enough as Olaf...
Got those kind of huge entry kills and stuff that can be viable.